Welcome to Tough Crowd. Oh, excuse me. The show formerly known as Tough Crowd. We're calling it by its new name. Colin Quinn, trying his hardest to be a gentleman, while his buddy Nick DiPaolo dares to question him on his topics, who he'd really like to throw a nice right hand right in his Italian face right now. And his stupid friend Jim Norton, Keith, all those, Patrice, all of the only one that's well behaved is Giraldo. It's always been that way, because he went to Catholic high school, really. But we're not here to talk about that, folks. We're here to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the priest thing, the Catholic high school. You know, they're going to this thing about Catholic schools, drug testing in Catholic schools. And I'm not going to make a stupid played-out priest joke, ha, ha, ha. Because priests didn't give you drugs. They get you drinks. And then you get, unless you count roofies as drugs. But, you know, in those days, they didn't even call them that. But how about Bush has to go to the Supreme Court just to cross the border to get criminals, okay? It's outrageous, folks. I say the Middle East, let them handle their justice. They have a good justice system over there, if you look at it. It's worked that well since the Old Testament. They haven't changed a law. You know, because first of all, you know, what do? They'll arrest. Over here, we have a jury of our peers, but it's moral relativity. Over there, they have a system of trial by jury, where if you get raped, you go on trial, and then 12 village elders throw 100 miles an hour fastballs at your burqa in a sandstorm. So they got that going for them. They don't have a jury box, they got a bullpen. And I'll tell you something else, folks. I was in court there once. I'm not kidding. Instead of the Lady of Justice, there was a statue of Cy Young. Now, you think I made that up, don't you? All right, I did, folks. Damn it. We're starting the show. I don't care what kind of anticlimactic beginning. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, but I think these shows are hit already. If we were to find Osama bin Laden today, the U.S. could not bring him to America to face charges for the September 11th attacks. Bush is trying to change this. Mo, what do you think?
Well, I agree with Bush, because I just don't think that the carrot and stick approach works with somebody like Osama bin Laden. I don't think you can sort of, you know, offer him an incentive package to, you know, to be extradited. The only other option, I think, is... No, yeah, I think the only other option is tomfoolery. But, I mean, the idea of our agents sort of playing Red Rover with Osama bin Laden is completely humiliating just to catch him. But, I don't know.
That tomfoolery, we're going to have to cut that out. You know, kids watch this show, too.
No, okay, sorry.
All right, what do you guys think?
I didn't understand anything you said, but
sure.
I think...
No, that's okay.
But
you gotta watch him on The Daily Show. It's kind of a character.
Oh, a character.
No.
But I think how can we not, I mean, you know, how can we not authorize our agents to go in and kidnap people? Like, for example, if there is somebody in a country that's very dangerous and threatening to the United States, and, you know, if we can't send in a small, like, hit squad or something to go in and get this guy, what are we supposed to do? Send our entire military in there and take over the whole country? That's not going to happen. Yeah. So...
That was damn good.
I don't know why they have legislation and then about, oh, can we bring him back or not? All we want is the head, you know?
Right.
Fits in the overhead bin. There's not a lot of cost for flights back.
St. Patrick's. Let's talk about this drug testing at the Catholic school. St. Patrick's High School in Chicago will be the first school in the country to test all of its students for drug use. And it's still illegal to test them in public school.
They better hope it doesn't go to public school. That's all the New York high school students need is another test they can't pass.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't.
What do you expect? Everyone's a graduate.
High school?
I went to Catholic school.
You went to Catholic school,
No,
Mo?
I went to a Catholic school.
Any stories you'd like to tell us?
Well, no, I mean, I understand why, because we were always taught that drugs dull the sensation of getting plowed by your teacher. So it's not, it's a bad, sorry. It's eventually going to happen.
But why is it wrong?
Why is it wrong?
You're in high school. You're like in prison. That's what a high school is, basically. You know? You get crappy food, you walk around the yard once a day, the blacks control the weight room. What can you do, man? You're stuck there. But is it all an idea so priests can go in the bathroom with teenage boys again? Is that what it is?
And
No,
urine
because they're not
samples?
using urine
They're coming out semen samples,
They're
probably,
using
right?
No, they're using hair samples.
Yeah, they're
So
using
now all
hair
they have to do is shake their pillowcase.
No, they're using. That's what they're doing. They're clipping a little piece of each guy's hair. It's like, you know, obviously one of these priests is trying to release his inner hairdresser.
Right.
You know, he'll be out
where he gets the hair.
Now, Greg, wait a minute. Greg, as a top graduate of the top Regis High School, which impresses, you know, like 5 Irish people. Tell us about the priests. A lot of them are not, even though there are a lot of priests we all know that are, but there's also a lot that aren't there?
Aren't what?
Greg?
You know what? I'll tell you this, and I guess
you really live in the church high and dry on this
I
one.
guess there are legal issues on the line here, but I just very recently found out that a priest that was there when I was there, who was the coolest guy that we all loved, that we thought he was the greatest guy. We all thought he's going to leave the priesthood because he's way too normal and very laid back. We just found out 20 years later that he's now being charged and investigated with all sorts of molestation back then. And the worst part about it wasn't me, that he was molested.
Right.
I always thought
That's what I'm saying.
I thought we had a little chemistry
All
going.
jokes aside,
No, but that's a true.
Let
That's
me
a
say
true story.
something.
That's a true story.
I believe it's a true story, but I'm just saying
it seems like every, you know.
Oh,
look,
wait a minute. In fairness to a priest,
Yeah.
if the guy's gay, first of all, in the church, they became priests because the family's like, you're not gay, you're a priest. And like, oh, okay, and then they become a priest.
Yeah.
But second of all, do you actually find it would you call it child molestation? A bunch of smooth boys from Regis, they're a little nerdy, but they're starting to feel their oats, walking around the halls, and the guy, just because he's gay, he goes after them. That's not a kid. It's a young boy. It's a man.
Well, 13-year-old boy.
13?
That's what you are when you're a freshman in high school, 13.
Yeah, but
that's a
vulnerable. Maybe your father, you know, is Latin American
14,
and maybe a little too strict, so you're looking for another,
Sure.
you know, kind of father figure in your life. And
Yeah, it fills the hole. It fills the hole
Yeah.
inside.
Yes.
No, I mean the void. The void inside. That's
yeah, no, I know what you meant.
Hold on, the Italian wants to say
Well,
something.
why are they? It says they can. Right now, they can only test student athletes and kids in extracurricular activities. Why are they
That's
testing
public
those?
schools.
It's like, is the quarterback and the editor of the yearbook? Are they the ones getting high at the mall in front of One Potato Two on a Wednesday?
Let me explain something I never liked about Italians or Spanish. You guys ignored the church. Only the Irish were scared to have sex, and the rest of it, you guys were like on car fronts, like making out at 12. And we sat there waiting. Oh no, the God will kill us. Why were you guys affected by the priest the way we were?
Irish chicks ended up with blue balls. For
Good point, girls. You son of a bitch. They've had it with you. No.
Do you know what's...
All right, look. Thank God we finally got to this next subject. See, I was waiting for minutes, and I was like, maybe there is no third subject. Chrysler is sponsoring a pay-per-view event during halftime of the Super Bowl where models dressed in lingerie will play 7-on-7 tackle football. Is this exploitation or entertainment, Greg?
Well, you know, it's both. But you know who the head coach is?
Who?
Lawrence Taylor. Let's get a black crack addict and a bunch of women in lingerie. Why don't we get Mike Tyson as the offensive coordinator? We can start pressing charges right now.
But, you know,
They said that people are saying it's offensive. It was Chrysler sponsoring this as an advertising gimmick, and they're saying it's offensive. How can it be offensive? I mean, have you seen any of the other Chrysler ads? You know, they could spray these girls with napalm, and it wouldn't be nearly as offensive as cramming Celine Dion down our throats every 3 minutes.
Well, and also, do you know who the other coach is? Eric Dickerson. So the National Lingerie League has 100% minority head coaches, which is a lot better than the NFL. So you will not find Jesse Jackson.
But
It's
I
true,
don't
you won't
understand.
find Jesse Jackson protesting this
It
game.
costs $20 to look at this.
That's right.
And you have to wait till the Colts finish scoring before you can see it. Porn is like $8.95, and it's a 3-hour block. There's no pressure of, oh, I've only got 20 minutes, I gotta hurry. And then they cut to LT's face, and it's like, ugh, and then you gotta start over.
I'm telling you this much. This show's getting too lowbrow and too sexual. We're going to commercial. Why don't you guys play with the pig sting on the break? No. Hey, you got mad beef with tough crowd, stupid? Don't sit there and stew. Call us up so we can record you and use it on the show. Miss, thanks for bringing up my kiss during the break. It really makes me feel great to bring up those awful memories of Alley Cat and Elizabeth. Anyway, we like to keep up with the kids like every show. The kids, what are the kids up to? What are the kids into? So we talked to the 20-year-olds at our office, and one kid, this is true, tells us that him and his friends were saying, like, what do you guys, he goes, well, this weekend we were talking about how some of them like sex with digital rectal stimulation. Now, I know you're sitting at home right now going, what did he say? What did he say? Hopefully you're not using the finger, you know. Yeah. I said the latest trend is finger butt enhancement during sex. And so I will ask the panel, is there any man here who has had a lead press on in his prostate? Let's start with T-Sean. What do you think?
Well,
That's my joke.
it doesn't make you gay unless it's a man's finger.
Yes.
But no, I mean, it's like, it's crazy. No, I don't think, I mean, it's like, or if it's a woman's finger and you're thinking about a man, that's bad too.
If it's a woman's thumb, that makes you gay also.
Or if she goes
But
to
wait
the
a minute.
second knuckle, yes.
But what I'm saying is this.
What about if it's a dog's paw?
Do you feel that, what if it's a highlight mix?
If she pulls out a condom, it
if you,
makes you gay.
do you feel, let's forget the particulars of it. Do you feel that this is like indicative of something bigger? Like,
Yes.
go ahead, fella.
Well, once again, it's questioning male heterosexual. They keep going to tell us that we're gay. It's just the whole gay movement's taken over.
And you think that,
It is. You get an all-gay high school. Every show is gay now. You need a condom to change a goddamn channel. Everything's like, this is
Not to be hacky, but this is another true story. I recently had my first prostate exam, and the doctor literally says, he
why
goes,
is that hacky? I've been doing that for 10 years of my act.
well, he says, no, he says, neither one of us is going to enjoy this. He literally says that as he's like greasing me up. He's like, neither one of us is going to enjoy this very much. So like to ease my discomfort with him, neither one of us is going to enjoy this very much. And I thought, like, why be such a pessimist, you know?
Right.
Maybe give me a chance. You never know. I'm trying to keep an open mind.
Lemons
I
and
had one, I swear to God, and I go, do you think I'm getting a physical? And I go, do you think, should I get a prostate exam? And he goes, well, if you want it. No, I don't want it.
Don't make me ask for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
In that case, yeah.
Then they poke at like a homeless guy trying to get a quarter out of a payphone.
all right, look, I'm done with this subject.
Still works.
Average Joe, that was a beautiful, beautiful visual, almost poetic, really. But
Here.
Average Joe wrapped up last night.
Oh, who gives a shit?